And now, with the following collection of ghoulish sounds, you can make your own sounds of Halloween terrifying and terrible.
Welcome to Gothtober.
She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. And on her milk white neck, the devil's mark. Now it's All Hallows Eve. Moon is full. But will she trick or treat? I'll bet she will.
InObscuria.
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, the podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should have beens. My name, Kevin Von Williamstein. That over there, Beelzebub Harrison.
Harrisonheimer.
Or something like
Something
that.
like that. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a cool gothy last name, but that's about it. It's hard when you're Scott-Irish and pasty. We're already pasty white.
We're already pasty.
We're half dead.
We're
looking.
pretty gothy already.
Yeah. It's for the red hair that runs in my family. That's not gothy at all.
Well, we're back here again. Welcome
Yes.
to Gothtober, another year of
Gothtober.
I was looking forward to this, and then I heard that intro you just made, and I'm extra excited because that was top notch. And
Oh, yes.
I say that because I got to participate in the making of that. Sound effects. That was lots of fun.
You did.
Yeah, I got this thing right here.
Let's see. Let's hear it. Let's hear it again. It is pretty spooky.
That was the best $10 I've ever spent, man.
What is that thing called again?
It's technically called an auto harp.
Alto harp.
So it's a harp, but it has buttons that you push that mute the strings that you don't want to hear, so it makes chords like
Just
you
by
would on a
pushing a
guitar.
button.
But you just push it, and they're labeled. So A flat,
It's the first DJ.
E sharp. Yeah, it really is. So people that have very little skills and talent can strum along to songs.
It's the first wiki.
But it's got like 38 strings, and it's horribly out of tune. And I
man.
tried once to tune it and gave up because you got to be really high.
I'm a
to do
bass
that.
player, man. I get 4 strings in. I'm like,
Yes,
I'm done.
6 is bad enough. And when I had a 12-string briefly, you remember how horrible of an idea that was. I think 2 shows or one
it
show.
looked cool.
Oh, it looked
and
cool.
it sounded cool when it was in tune.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole tuning of that thing.
It took 20 minutes, and
God.
our set was only 40 minutes. So
Well, what's going on as we get into the Halloween season?
man.
What's going on with you? You're wearing orange? You're like,
I'm getting ready.
jack-o'-lantern up?
Yeah, I don't like wearing this because this is all of the opposing college football team's color is orange. Every football team that I hate.
Oh, okay.
Clemson's.
Well, you did beat us last weekend.
That's why I'm bringing it up. 'cause
Oh, I
if,
see.
If we had lost, I'd be talking about something else.
Yeah, nice overtime win.
Yeah, but I'm recovering from a night of debauchery last night.
Oh.
It was a different kind
On
of
a school
debauchery.
night.
Yeah, it was a school night. And it was one of my top 4 kinds of debauchery. It was culinary debauchery.
Oh, okay. So does that mean I need to?
I was just waiting.
Okay.
Hello,
All right.
it's culinary debauchery. What do you think we need to do about that?
Caught me off guard over here.
Yeah.
I was not expecting. What is that? 2 weeks in a row? We
2
don't
weeks
do
in a
that.
row. This is going to be different.
That's right, Munchketeers. It's time to get your grub on with the chef that can give it to you funky style.
Roberts, God not eating. That's right now, Roberts, God not eating. Wow!
It was so debaucherous that I didn't even have breakfast this morning.
Wow.
I skipped an entire meal.
You two skip a meal, and you usually have like 2 breakfasts.
Right. There's first breakfast about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever I wake up, and then there's brunch about 10 o'clock, maybe early lunch around 11:30.
Never skip brunch and lunch. That's your thing, right?
No, there's snacks. I'm like waiting for them to open at about 10:45. I'm like, come on, pick it up. I gotta go.
Then there's tea time.
Afternoon
dinner.
coffee.
Oh yeah,
and,
afternoon.
Yeah, snack
dinner.
time. A couple of snack times.
Late night snack.
Yeah. Oh, late night snack. That's my love late night snack. That's a good one. So normally I reserve this segment for things that I have cooked, but I'm making an exception because last night we went to the North Georgia State Fair.
Step right up. Come on in. We have something for everyone's taste. Say, you look like a bright young boy. What's the matter, you afraid?
Ooh. I have not been to a
turkey leg
fair.
Corn dogs. You got to tell me.
Oh my God. It was debaucherous. So you get there, and I've never been to this particular state fair. I haven't been to a fair in 28 years, maybe 30 years. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I thought I kind of grew out of it. We went there on a weeknight, and you walk in, and immediately we got corn dogs. Like the first place.
I knew there would be a corn dog.
Yeah, you walk up and like corn dogs. Yeah, got that.
Now, were these those extra long corn dogs or just the normal size?
They had tonight was last night was $2 night. So every food vendor was required to have a $2 option. And once we saw that, we're hitting every single one.
$2 option.
Every single one.
It was $2 Chuck night.
It was $2 Chuck. And so the corn dogs were mini corn dogs for $2. And so we hit that. We got on the sky bucket. So the sky bucket goes up and it goes all the way to the other end. And this was our strategy because everybody's walking in the front gate. Right, no, we're going to skip all the way ahead and then come back. And it worked because there were no lines. Go to the other end of the park and walk back through the food court. Oh my God. So the things you would expect. Yeah, turkey legs. Okay, ho-hum, whatever. You see the turkey leg. Next door, pork chop on a stick. And when I say pork chop, it was a pound. It was
like a thick.
They had to fold it over to get it all on one stick.
To get it on these feet.
Yeah, so I got that. Let's see, there was, of course, the deep fried Oreos. There were deep fried cinnamon rolls.
No, that sounds healthy.
Oh, God, no. Then next to that was cinnamon rolls topped with bacon. You ever heard of that?
No, but it's breakfast.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Was it on a stick?
No, it's too big.
Oh, it should have been on a stick.
That was just by itself.
Breakfast on a stick.
We went, and then there was a Mexican food joint, soul food joint. We got samples from that. A cheese place.
Wow.
Just all kinds of cheese. In between, then we get, an ice cream or something. This is not healthy for me, especially. I don't do sweets very
Right.
well. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your doctor said don't do most of
that.
these.
Yeah, all that. So
yeah, everything you did, your doctor's probably going, no, don't do that.
there was Bigfoot, the monster truck.
Yes.
Was like 30 feet away. we couldn't hear a damn thing. That was
Wow.
running around. We saw a pig race. We saw a dog trick show.
A pig race.
Pig race. Yeah,
Okay.
pigs are
right.
they're very fast. So what else did we see? The arts and crafts section. We saw display of farm animals,
What the hell did you just say?
which wow, I've never seen a cow before. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've seen, of course,
Okay. I was hoping.
We had cows right down the street up until 2 years ago when they sold the farm, but
until you ate them.
But yeah, we ate them. They're delicious. But yeah, this is all the routine stuff. But yeah, so then we realized we'd been there for 2.5 hours and not ridden anything.
No, that's
We were
not
the
true.
sky bucket.
You rode the sky
the
bucket.
sky buckets, but that wasn't really a ride. But then we stopped at the Himalaya.
Okay.
You would remember it if you saw it. It just goes in a circle, and they got loud music playing.
Oh, yes, yes.
And I
was
swear,
it Def Leppard?
No, that's the thing. Yeah,
bummer.
that's what I remember.
Yeah. Pour some sugar on
1982, Boston, things like that.
Boston, yeah.
But no, they were playing hip hop and stuff.
Bummer.
It was like, but we rode that and checked that off the list and went right back and got some more food.
You could eat after that. That's good.
Yeah, that was
and
only
nothing
one.
came up.
No, nothing came up. I was worried about that. I was like,
good.
this is going to be ugly. But yeah, so we had all that and then slept like I thought for sure, oh no, this is going to come back to haunt me. But I did okay. So yeah,
no acid reflux.
No, I get that from drinking and fried food. If you combine drinking and fried food, there's going to be fireworks later that night. Yeah.
Speaking of drinking, I think I need a little beverage.
I've just got water right now. And he's walking over to the beverage fridge, which is 3 steps behind Kevin. Go figure. Why is the beer fridge on his side of the table?
Hawaii!
Oh, yeah. It's Hawaiian. Does it taste charcoal? Like it's all burnt?
Oh, that's wrong. That is just wrong, man.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Kona. No, this is from the Big Island.
Oh, okay. Not the Charred Island.
Well, this one is too because they have a big volcano there.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, that was my evening last night. Now I'm sure I'll be paying for it with 4 or 5 days less lifespan.
All right. Well, after you have another coronary, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, Shout It Out Loud Cast, The Ron Keel Podcast, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, Retro Zest Podcast, and Doomed! Forget about Monty. Hey.
Oh, no, it's Fat Albert.
I think that's Fat Albert.
Sorry.
But yeah, don't forget about Monty.
Hey, it's Monty.
Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us, InObscuria.com. Like us, share us, Facebook, X, and Instagram. It is that time of year.
Yes, it is.
I'm not getting a lot of sleep lately. The old family crypt has been very noisy.
Very creaky.
Very noisy during
creaky
the
bunch down there.
witching hour. So since last Sunday evening, and we all know why, it's just been super, super active, I should say, because it's officially
Gothtober.
So, as is customary with the Halloween season in pagan lands, today for you, Mr. Harrison, I have gifts brought to us by the Great Pumpkin himself. Ooh. So you have a box in front of you. And what better way to celebrate this season than with a festive Scandinavian gift? So take that out and take a look and tell us what you hold there, sir.
It's would you call it not a goblet?
I would call it a goblet.
Goblet?
Yes.
Is this a goblet? I don't know if I've ever owned
maybe
a
it's
goblet.
a goblinet.
Goblinet. And you put a goblin in it. This is unbelievable. I wish everybody could see this.
We will post.
It is metal and metal. I mean, it's made out of metal, but it's metal with
it
two
might be
fingers
plaster.
there.
It might be cheap, but you never know.
No.
Inside's metal.
It's got
for
skulls
sure.
with horns.
This is
on both sides. The handle is substantial. It's a dragon on the handle.
What does it remind you of? What does it look like? A Viking vessel, perhaps?
I was thinking a pirate ship, but
no, sir. What you are holding is a Scandinavian.
Oh, that's right, Scandinavian. You mentioned
goblinet.
that.
This is our Viking toasting, which they say skull.
Skull?
Yes,
like the dip?
Yes. So from now on, when we listen to any band from Finland or
we'll give them a
favorite
toast,
Sweden,
take a drink
or
out of the
Norway,
skull.
we are going to give them a drink, and we're going to play our little mork,
skull, yes.
and then we will say skull, and we will drink out of these mugs.
And did you get a spoon? I got a spoon.
Oh, what does that spoon say?
I can't read it. It's dark.
Okay. Well,
help me with that.
I got one too.
You got one too?
I got the same one.
Okay.
So
it's really dark.
Spoon's kind of weird. Like you wouldn't expect to get a beer mug, a goblet,
making hot chocolate
and
in there.
Spoon. Well, this month, Robert, we are going to have a new segment here at
a new segment.
A new.
Hell yeah!
Well, put your pants back on, man.
Sorry, got it.
Yes, this is
ahead
something.
of myself.
This is something we discussed last Halloween season, and it's a particular product from our youth that's only available for a very short time. And if you were able to read your spoon, you would see that there's a skull and crossbones in it, and it says "serial killer." So here's a little new segment for us.
Halloween! Time for trick-or-treating and my delicious chocolate cereal, Count Chocula. Halloween is the perfect time to scare up a nutritious breakfast with my delicious strawberry-flavored Frankenberry.
Taste some monster cereal. Try some monster cereal. Wow!
Here we come, trick or treat.
We need to talk to our singers. What exactly was that?
I think they were saying, the ghouls were saying, try some monster cereal, and then they said, taste some monster cereal. So that's what we're going to do, man.
I was going to say that when you gave me this mug and the cereal spoon, I'm like, I'm going to knock the hell out of some Frankenberry.
So first up, we're going to try a different one each week to see if they're as good as we remembered when we were kids. Because they could not be as good. So first up, the original, the Count is here, the Count Chocula. So we will pour these into our goblinets.
So which one were you normally? Like, because there's Booberry.
I always wanted Booberry, but I could never find it.
No,
it was never available.
Same thing. Frankenberry.
Frankenberry was always there.
Yeah,
I like Frankenberry. I think I do. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit.
Oh God,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
All right, passing the Count Chocula over.
A snort of Count Chocula.
And take your serial killer spoon, and we will try this. We are not doing.
And I have not had this.
We're not doing milk because that would taint the taste.
Let's see, Last time I had this was 1988, maybe.
It's been at least 12 years for me.
Wait, you've been married longer than that.
I know.
Oh, boy. Okay, here we go.
All right, make sure that you have a marshmallow there in your bite, because we may only get one bite in.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. That's a weird shade of chocolate.
It has a bit of an aftertaste.
Okay.
I'm going to chase it with some beer.
No, we have some more. Yeah, youth. Youth is a strange thing.
Is that is it good? I don't know.
This is called food purgatory. It's not horrible. I'm not dying here, but I'm not elated like I thought it would be.
It's not. Yeah, to your point, it's not quite as normal chocolatey tasting as I remembered.
No.
And the marshmallow's weird.
Well, you remember when we were doing the Robert's, my famous nuts.
Oh, well,
the
of course.
Sticky nuts.
Yes.
That I bought a gallon-sized jug of marshmallows from cereal marshmallows.
Were they Lucky Charms? Is that what they were?
Yeah, and I was all excited because you used to wait, eat around the marshmallows, so the last few bites would be nothing but marshmallows.
They'd be all soggy, though.
No, I eat fast, man.
Oh.
No, then I took a handful of those, and it was very disappointing to actually have that as an adult.
By the way, the ratio of marshmallows, I poured a little bit into this cup, and I had one marshmallow.
Yeah, they're Count Chocula is getting cheap. He's a cheap bastard.
He only gave us one marshmallow.
By now, he's well into dementia. That's as high as he can count. The retirement home, the nurses are like, oh, Jesus, is this guy.
Oh, well, that leads in perfectly to this episode, I believe.
I'm going to stay in court for the whole time.
I don't really know how.
All right.
You're still eating.
That was a good episode.
All right. So, we always start Gothtober with this particular subject. So, this is going to be episode 198, Everything Turns Gray, Goth Rock, Volume 5. Now, we have done 4 goth episodes over the last 3 Halloweens.
Mm-hmm. You know how some people will actually practice some abstinence before they get married? Like crazy people do that? I have not been listening to Typo Negative for 2 months now, just to get ready for this.
Wow, okay. Yes, we featured them, a whole episode on them 2 Halloweens ago. Mm-hmm. And then somehow they creep into this segment every year. We'll see what happens this year.
Right. I'm not sure. Make sure of that.
Never know how the spirits are going to lay these songs out. So we covered in depth and way back in episode 49 the whole history of goth. You can go listen to that if you want to, where we explain what goth music is. But I think we've represented it well in our past episodes, so I don't know that we need to do anything there. Now, I do want to see if there is an update from you. Last year, we were talking about Gothic architecture and sculpture. What's our yearly update on the progress of said sculpture?
Can I go brush my teeth? So the update is nothing.
2023 was not a good year for the Gothic architecture.
No, it got started and immediately finished the first phase of it and got sidetracked with a tiny firehouse. So 2023 has been tiny firehouse year. Built that. Now I'm building the porch. Got the swings on the porch. Just have to do the cosmetic part of it. Are you getting a second helping? See, it's funny when I do it, but when you do it, I have to listen to that. That's not funny.
It's still not good.
It's still not. Look,
Sorry, I'm listening.
No, this is how bad it is. There's still some in my cup. There's no way I would have left. Yeah, where's the dog?
I was going to say, this is how bad it is. The dog
he left the room.
Did not even smell it. Or if he did, he left the room.
He knows.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so artificial.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, sorry.
So yeah, I have neglected that project while working on other projects, but I promise I will get back to it eventually. It's kind of a rotation. I get tired of projects, move on, but then I come back to them and I eventually finish them 6 years later.
All right, well, let's just jump into it. So last year, if you remember, we didn't do Goth Rock, we did Goth Metal last Halloween, so we were mixed up a little bit. This year, we're going to kind of go back to
Goth Grass.
Goth Grass, yes. Well, we're going to mix it up again. Okay. We're just going to kind of go all over the
Goth grab bag.
Different goth genres, subgenres out there, because you have Goth Rock, you have Death Rock, you have Cold Wave, Dark Wave, Ethereal Wave, Goth Metal. I mean, you can throw any tag you want to on it, and we're going to hit a few of those today. Let's start with a local Atlanta goth group, because we ran into this gentleman when we were at the Mission UK show.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Matt Spatial, who at one point in time was in a band called the Julia Dream. We played them on our very first goth episode. It was Matt and Vernon P. Love in the Julia Dream, and we played one of their songs. And
we played with them.
We played with them with
actually
various bands. Yeah. And they were a great group, and they split up, and they are no more. But Matt is back with a new group called Now After Nothing, and they've released several singles this year, and they're working on a full length. I should say I think it's mainly Matt doing everything, and then he's got somebody helping him here and there, but it's mainly him. But anyway, I ran into him at the Mission show. Now, do we want to talk about the goth show in a little more detail than we did a few weeks ago?
I think all we mentioned was that it was cold.
Yes.
That was it.
So a few weeks ago, we finally saw a concert that we had been trying to go to for 2 years, but due to complications of COVID and all that stuff, they rescheduled, and finally we got to see The Mission, who we did 2 shows on The Mission. I love the band. We covered their entire discography. It was them, The Chameleons. The Chameleons we also played on our very first Goth Rock episode, and a band called Theater of Hate, who we've not played before. They really only had one album, but they were another old school goth rock band. And so why don't we go in reverse order, because that's how it got laid out. So Theater of Hate comes on. They had a saxophone. It's a goth band with a saxophone.
Yeah, it reminded me of Morphine.
I thought it was cool. I thought
they did great. For an opening band, these dudes, when you say old school, they were in their mid-60s to late 60s.
Yeah, all of these groups were.
And look good, not old decrepit men, but I was like, these guys had to be from the 80s.
They were from the early 80s, and probably the least goth-looking goth band I've ever seen. I don't know if you remember, the guy came out with like a cut-off muscle shirt, red T-shirt.
That wasn't the vibe.
Wasn't a good look, really.
But I remember one of their songs after the fact. It was I didn't recognize it at first, but I was like, that's right. I have heard that band one time.
I think they had one hit.
Yeah, that was what I heard on like a goth mix, and I didn't realize it was from the 80s.
Yeah, but I thought they did a pretty decent job. Now, we saw them first. Obviously, we had started drinking a few beers, and the bartenders were amazingly dressed in goth.
Wow.
The goth chick vibe was strong.
Yeah, that was
the bartenders.
Very nice.
So we spent a little more time in the back than maybe we should have. But
there was a show on the stage.
There was
and
a
at
show.
The bar.
Yeah. So it was cold. We mentioned that.
Did we mention it was cold?
It was cold, and I
was
thought as people
freezing.
came in, I thought, we're just here early. It's not full. As people came in, certainly it's going to warm up. Mm-hmm. No, I think it got colder.
There's 80-mile-an-hour wind gust from the AC.
Yeah,
and there were actual spots that were open where there was crowd everywhere, and there was nobody standing in one spot, and we would watch people walk into that spot thinking, oh, look, I got my own spot, and we would start the watch. And it would be about 30 seconds, and you see them look up and look around, and
they wouldn't last.
Yeah, kind of frown and walk away, because it was just
it became kind of a game, like
to see how long they would last.
People around us like, watch this, it won't take 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then at one point in the show, some guys walked up, and I didn't make a bet then, because I'm like, these guys are drunk and they're going to stay.
They don't care,
and they did. They stayed there the rest of the show.
Some sweaty guys that needed that.
So after Theater of Hate, the Chameleons came on, and I thought they were awesome. I really liked their live show. I thought they were great. They were a little more poppy maybe than gothy, but that's what their music is. But people seem to be there for them. I don't think they've toured the States in quite a while.
No.
And we ran into some friends of yours who were there to see them.
Yep, I knew I'd see somebody there. I've got some gothy friends. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah. And then the big show, The Mission, come out. And I think we mentioned before, it kind of fell a little flat. I honestly think it's because everybody was freezing their asses off.
But every single band, all three of them commented in between songs. They're like, you guys kind of quiet tonight. Well, you're not very exciting. Like, don't put that on me. It's your job. You're getting paid the big bucks. I'm paying. You make me excited to be here.
I mean, they all have good songs, but to your point, it was like not really much of a show, nothing much to look at.
No.
The goth vibe was not nearly as strong as it could have been because none of them played the part.
No, you look at here we go, typo negative. That they knew how to look goth.
Yeah, and maybe if they were still around, maybe they wouldn't be doing that now because they're older, and maybe that's where these guys were. They were just screw it.
Don't
but I don't think
blaspheme
so.
like that.
I know.
They would be doing the same shit.
If Peter were alive, he'd still be
doing that.
Still be doing the Peter Steele thing.
But yeah,
thing.
Once again, a t-shirt and cut off jeans or something like that. It wasn't the vibe that I thought we were going to see.
Yeah.
Music was good. Guys are talented. But based on the previous shows that we had been to, we're used to seeing shows.
They put on a show.
It was a performance of their songs, but it wasn't a show.
It was 3 bands from the UK standing on a stage and playing.
Yeah.
The part that was cool is I had never seen any of these bands. I absolutely love The Mission. I'm an okay fan of the Chameleons. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that familiar with Theater of Hate, but they were all good. It was just it wasn't phenomenal, but
it was all right.
It's all right. As vampires go, it was all right. They didn't suck as much as other vampires. But.
Nice.
Oh, you like that? Yeah, that was horrible. Okay, so back to Matt Spatial, our friend. Now, After Nothing, I'm going to play the first single that he released, and it's called Sick Fix. It came out again this year. Go check this group out. I think they're awesome. I love this song.
was good. What a strong way to start Gothtober.
I know.
The guitars in that are heavy enough for me to really rock out to the goth vibe. I mean, he nailed it.
He loves this kind of music, and it just comes out of him naturally.
Yeah.
Now, in Julia Dream, Vern was the singer.
That's
and
right.
Matt he'd sing background, but he was primarily the bass player and primary songwriter. Here he's doing everything. And I don't know if Matt's trying to, but he has a little Vernon sound to his voice. So like he sounds a little bit Julia
maybe
Dream.
all those years when you're, I don't want to say backup singer, but when you're doing harmonies, sometimes you tend to, adjust your voice to fit with the singer so it blends better instead of two completely different sounding people. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's just channeling a little bit of that.
But it's excellent.
Yeah.
So great job, Matt. I mean, really, really phenomenal work. And I can't wait to get the full length. I think he said he's going to try to put out some vinyl. So
when he does,
cool.
he can come up and pimp that on the show.
Yeah, we'll have him on. I actually talked to him about doing this episode and it just didn't work out. But yeah, we'll definitely have him on at some point.
We'll have Gothtober.
Gothtober. Yeah. Or whenever it gets released.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be at least Goth Week.
It's Goth somewhere.
Okay, this next band came to us from our buddy Chris Sinzak at the Decibel Geek. And you're probably thinking they don't do goth.
That's why he's giving it to us. He's like, I like this, but I can't play it.
Shows like ours and Decibel Geek, we get lots of emails. You probably don't see them because I'm the one with the InObscuria email. We
have an email?
We do. We have an email. And,
what? Why am I? Wait, we've been doing this 3 years.
Yeah, almost
4.
Yeah,
4.
Yeah.
We've got an email?
Mm-hmm. We do. It's Kevin@inobscuria.com.
All right. I'll see how that works. No, you're exactly right. I've got 500 emails from stupid.
I'm sure you're fine not getting another email.
I'm actually good. Yeah.
So what happens to a lot of podcast shows like ours is we get tons of emails from small labels and groups trying to get the word out about their band. They're trying to promote, right?
Yeah.
They're doing the PR thing and they're saying, "Hey, I've got this great band. You need to put them on your show." Now, a lot of times they'll send these elaborate write-ups and links to their music in hopes that they're going to either be reviewed or played on the podcast. And a lot of times they have no clue who we are,
they haven't
or what
listened
we
to
do.
3
They
seconds.
have no idea what InObscuria is all about or whatever show they're sending it to. They just know that there's a podcast and it has music as its category, and maybe it's rock or metal or whatever it is, and they see that tag and they go, "Oh, I'm just going to send it." And a lot of times we get a lot of like really heavy death and black metal stuff that I just don't listen to. It's just not my thing. I would say that's mostly what I get. I'm sure Chris gets more because Decibel Geek's been around longer and they're a much bigger show.
They're famous.
Yeah, they're famous. But he got one that obviously he thought was funny enough that he wanted to post on social media. And so he got this email blast from this band and he shared it thinking, again, it was funny. So his post says, "Tell me you've never heard the podcast without telling me you've never heard the podcast." And here's what he posted. It was a snippet from the email that he got. Biography. From the artist who forged Goat Bong comes a new chapter in suffering. Plunge yourself into a religious fervor of penance and attrition, steeped in the sounds of a Catholic church where only tears can pay your toll to heaven. Indulge yourself in divine suffering and rejoice in building monuments to misery. Marble Orchard consists of 3 mysterious members known only as Patrice, Filii, and Spiritus Sancti, or by their titles, Grand Inquisitor Algoatzel.
It's called Algorithm.
Anyway, and the Calificator. I don't know. Anyway, it goes on and on. But what it says is Marble Orchard plays a heavy goth-inspired doom metal that combines the Catholic aspects such as the choir, church organ, Gregorian chants,
Child abuse.
and their biggest and their biggest influence, typo negative.
Ooh.
Now, I was laughing along with Chris until I got to that point.
Yeah, me too.
Like, whoa,
okay,
hold on,
man.
hold on.
I'll take back what I said. Never
Hold
mind.
on.
Sorry about that.
And it says this band's the brainchild of the Grand Inquisitor. He wrote and produced and recorded all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And so Chris is having a funny. And I read the typo negative piece and it caught my eye and I went, And so I commented back to him. I said, "Sorry, I think this was intended for our podcast." And he thought that was funny. And then I listened to it. I went out and I listened to it, and I put another post on his post, another message, and I said, InObscuria podcast update. We will be featuring them on a little show later in the year. He thought that was funny too.
That's what we just look around. What other podcasts are making fun of? That's what we'll feature.
So I listened to Marble Orchard on Bandcamp, and I bought the album after one listen because it does have that Peter Steele typo kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the mixture of the creepy Catholic Church isms that they throw in here. You know, the Latin reading and the church organ and the choir singing. I mean, it's a good production. I don't know how much they spent on this recording, but they
spent a lot of time in church.
Maybe they just went to church and recorded some stuff. But it sounds great. I like it. We'll see what you say. But here's Marble Orchard, you know. One man's trash, another man's treasure. This is called...
Thank you, Chris.
We Who Were Born to Suffer. From Building Monuments to Misery. Came out this year, 2023.
other than in the Gata Davida, there aren't that many church organ solos and songs. There just needs to be more of that.
Yeah, a little middle church organ piece. Okay. Oh, we've got Count Chocula for the dog. Let's see.
He's eating it.
Now, dogs do lick their own butts,
That's
so
true.
there is that.
Well, I just realized I looked at the box. You know why this doesn't taste as good as we remember?
What?
It only has 12 grams of sugar per serving, which is not low sugar, but I guarantee in the 70s and 80s, it was like 25 grams of sugar.
Right.
So that's one
Pure
reason
cane
we're
sugar.
thinking, that was a lot better back. Yeah, it was a whole lot more sugar in that thing. So that was damn good. I'm impressed. I salute you. I will kiss Chris Sinzak's Godfather-style ring next time I see him. Thank you, sir, for
I know,
turning
right?
us on to that.
The whole goat bong thing, at first I was laughing with.
Did I say goat bong
goat
or bong?
Goat bong.
Oh, okay.
So they're apparently Marble Orchard used to be goat bong.
I can see where they want to change. I think Marble Orchard's a much better choice.
Goth-inspired doom metal. I love it.
I love it. And that really, I mean, the voice, the everything you said, the catalog, everything that we love about Typo Negative, that was it right there.
Yeah,
it's like hearing
Halloween metal.
I never thought I'd hear new Typo ever again, and now there we go.
Exactly. I love Halloween metal. Now, the third song in a row, released in 2023. This is crazy. Usually our goth episodes will have stuff, spanning from the 70s all the way to now. But this is the third song in a row. This came out this year as well. It happens to be 47 years into this band's career.
They're just getting warmed up.
They released their 12th album, Darkadelic, in the spring. I'm talking about The Damned. We've played them 3 times before in the show, always in the context of their gothier side, but a lot of people only know The Damned as being the very first punk band.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, they were the first UK-based punk band to release a single back in the 70s. In 1976, they released New Rose before the Sex Pistols.
Mm-hmm.
So most people know them only from that time as one of the early punk bands that never went anywhere. No, they're 12 albums in, they're still around, and they did go very gothy, but when your lead singer looks and sounds like a 19th century vampire, eventually you're going to go goth.
You're like, let's just roll with it.
And that's what happened to The Damned, and they've kind of, as they've come back over the last, call it 15 years, they do a good mix now of kind of punk and the goth side.
It's a weird show.
So good.
You see the punk kids show up for that show and the goth kids show up for the goth show and just let them mosh it out.
I've seen them. And when I saw them, Captain Sensible had, I can't remember if it was his leg or something, his back or his leg had been injured. And so they brought up this nasty looking toilet. And he sat on the toilet the entire time and played
not
guitar.
The Dave Grohl throne.
No,
this been making its rounds.
This looked like the toilet
horrible, but
from a horror movie.
That's equally nasty and awesome.
Awesome.
I don't want that visual. But
he sat there the entire time and played. But yeah, I've seen them live, and that's exactly what it was. It was like young people, like new punk kids, and then older people that was a mix more of punk and goth. Like the newer kids, kind of just the punk. They know that this band was a pioneer of punk, so they're going to come and represent. That's cool. But they were kind of more gothy. Mm-hmm. If you look at the span of the 12 albums, like it's a little more gothy than punk, but it's great. I love the mix. So we're going to play a song that is a more gothy song from their new album, Darkadelic. Here is Bad Weather Girl.
doesn't care. The school's giving Piper. I will be yes to share. I never mind the facts, the source from, well, somebody else. Eternal fictitious nightmares of climbing hell. Bad weather go. This prophet of doom will be heard. Bad weather go. Heavy storms the end of the world.
Kind of a Monsters feeling to it where it was supposed to be scary, but it was kind of fun.
They have a lot of that. That's very Damned.
I like that.
It's kind of what would you call it? Kind of 60s kitschy.
That's why I was thinking like a
what do you call that? Go-go? What is that music called?
Batman theme music, like the original.
There's a name for it though. I don't know what it is. Go-go music. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of that.
You go look it up and insert that right here.
Good gracious, oh dear.
What am I, baby, since you went away? Zombie! A walking, talking zombie. Yeah! And that's the only baby living. Horror pictures on TV are about to ruin me. Dracula and Frankenstein, Harry Lynn with eyes.
teeth.
So get up.
Man, you know that house up at the end of the road that nobody goes near? Well, let me tell you why they don't. Well, in the haunted house at the top of the hill, the spooks give around to test their skill. That stroke of 12 every night seemed to such a frightful sight.
Okay.
I'm sure I found it.
Yeah, there you go. That was a great job researching that thing that I didn't know.
Our staff is so good.
They're great. They're
the
really
ghosts
good.
that we have.
But yeah, so it was bouncy. Not all goth music has to be really slow.
No, they're always
Although
fun.
I like that.
They're always fun.
Nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of fun.
All right. So you keep feeding the dog.
I'm entertaining
Count
him
Chocula.
because it kind of blends in with the carpet.
You're going to have Count Poopala on the floor soon.
Sure. You're talking about the dog that eats squirrels and chipmunks and rabbits in the backyard?
Yeah, but this isn't real.
That's
This isn't real food. This is manufactured chemical warfare.
He's eating it. But it blends in with the carpet, so he has to go find it. It's keeping him busy for like 20 seconds.
It's actually growing on me the more I eat it. I kind of like it.
Well, it's sugar. That's what it does.
Oh, right.
It grabs you. It's like, Kevin, you should have a little more sugar. That was good. Okay, now a little more sugar. That's why it's bad.
Well, it's good with beer.
It's edible
I think I'm
crack.
going to pour the beer in there.
Oh, it should make some Smokey and the Bandit breakfast.
All right. I don't know if you remember. I'm
I
sure
do
you
not.
do. I'm sure this is at the top
sure.
of your memories.
Mm-hmm.
About a month ago,
So damn
we
it.
got swampy because it was hot. It was so hot here.
It was gorgeous today. It was
I
not
know.
sunny, but it was just the temp. And a month ago, we were just
A month ago, it was
dying.
just, I'm still done. I want it to be colder than it is.
No, it's fine. Right here.
All right. So we got real swampy on episode 194, Swamp Things, bluesy, dirgy, rock and punk and metal. And we discovered a new genre. I don't know if you remember this. We discovered blues goth.
I'm hoping you're going to pay that off.
And we talked about this particular band. I'm going to play again. This is a band originally from Corpus Christi, Texas. They relocated.
Corpus Christi, Texas? Is that what you say?
No, I like that better.
You're welcome. If you're listening from the
Corpus
band,
Christi.
change all your albums.
Oh, that sounds like it should be a band.
We were Swetlanta.
But they relocated to Durham,
Oh,
North
yeah.
Carolina.
It's not as gothy.
They wanted to attend Duke. No, I don't know why. They want to be doctors.
Smart goth.
Smart gothy guys. And they described themselves as Howlin' Wolf meets Samhain meets Bauhaus and Jesus Lizard. And we went, really?
Uh-huh.
And we listened to it, and you liked it.
That's right.
You liked it a lot. We heard a tune from their 2020 album. The band has the best porno name ever, Wailing Storms.
That's right. Yes.
Good old Wailing Storms.
I've got to use that at a restaurant check-in. Party for Storms, Wayland Storms.
What name was it under? Storms.
Storms.
Wailing Storms.
I will report back as soon as I do that. I promise.
Oh, it's going to be great. Yes, so Wailing Storms, we played a song from their 2020 album. We both really loved it. I discovered this band on Bandcamp and I keep going back and spending my money on them. So I bought their most recent album. It's called The Silver Snake Unfolds from 2022 last year. We're going to hear the song In the Heart of the Sea.
okay, I didn't really hear blues in that. I heard great music, just great vocals on that. Reminded me of Peter Murphy. Was Peter Murphy in Bauhaus?
He was.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was reminding me of. But I was expecting more blues, but I'm not sad about it. It's just that's what it was led. Yeah, they led me to believe that.
This album's a little more. I almost got. Is there such a thing as shoegaze goth?
There is now.
I believe there is. I think they already have one of those.
Shoe goth.
Shoe goth, is that what it's called?
I mean, I've got some gothic shoes. Right.
No, there's dark wave. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe it's more dark.
No, there's no
because it's electronic.
Yeah, that's all organic.
Yeah, maybe shoegaze goth.
Shoe goth, I like it.
Shoe goth.
Whatever it is, I like it. I'm not disparaging.
Definitely
at
swampy.
All.
Still swampy.
Oh, now that
very swampy.
It was very swampy.
Lots of layers and lots of reverb, and just kind of puts you in that wet environment.
Yeah, you don't want to move too quickly.
Yeah, creepy.
Very
creepy
nice.
And cool. Love it.
This is a great way to start. We're knocking it out. I hope this isn't the peak. I hope the next 3 weeks don't kind of just fall off.
Well, this is one of our favorites that we do in the show.
Yeah, I don't know if the audience cares, but we care. That's all that matters.
Who cares about the audience, right? We do this for us.
This is for us and the dog.
Okay. So now I'm going to play you the hardest working goths on Bandcamp. And this is a band, I discovered them about 2 years ago while I was looking for some other band on Bandcamp, and I got one of those suggested things, and I clicked follow. Oh, okay, I kind of dig them. I didn't buy anything. I just kind of listened to it like, oh, this is cool. I'll follow. They're a new band. They're out now. They're touring. They're from the States, so I might have a chance to see them. So I'm following them. And I must receive 4 to 5 emails a week.
That's like I said. Now you get spam.
And they are like a promoting machine. They are constantly touring, recording, releasing music, promoting the hell out of themselves. They let you know what they're having for breakfast, basically. And it's Count Chocula.
It better be.
Yeah, if you're a goth metal band, it better be Count Chocula.
It's all you eat.
Yes, U.S. band from Portland, Oregon.
Oregon's kind of gothy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, misty and foggy.
Yeah, exactly. So now, right now, they're called Unto Others. But from 2017 to 2020, they were called Idle Hands. Apparently, there's a little legal issue. So they had to rename themselves, and now they're Unto Others.
Because that's the devil's playground.
Exactly. And they've re-released their entire back catalog. They stripped the old logo off and put the new one on. And so everything is under Unto Others now. If you go on Bandcamp, you'll find everything that used to be Idle Hands under the new name. So they have 4 singles, 4 EPs, and 2 full lengths, all since 2021.
Yeah, these guys are working.
These guys are just working it. And they're touring. They're like playing out a lot, and they're playing all over the world. So it's working for them. So all their hard work, I think, is paying off, at least in the goth
Are you going to send them
circles.
an email back going, hey, bitches, we just talked about you and gave you free promotion?
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Probably not. No. They're goths. They'll find a way to like creep into the old family crypt.
They'll feel it.
Fuck it up.
They'll feel it. This true. Once you let one goth in, you got a whole family of goths in there.
I don't want that.
Can't get them out.
Yeah, you can't get them out.
Call an exterminator.
They're like roaches. They just multiply.
I've seen that movie.
There'll be goths everywhere.
Yeah, vampire.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Exactly. So I'm going to play a song from an EP they put out in 2021 because it's very appropriate to play a song from the EP called I Believe in Halloween.
I do.
And here's a song called Out in the Graveyard.
Trust in me that the dark
a gong at the end. It was kind of just a flat bell. What was that? A plate.
Yeah. Some sort of trash can.
Mug. What do we got laying around? That lamp over there. Go hit that with a drumstick.
See how it sounds. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's
Record
perfect.
that. That's perfect.
Cut, print. That checked off all the boxes, and I liked it. I haven't found one yet that I didn't like, but it was a little straight ahead. It wasn't too doomy or anything like that.
It was kind of fun as well.
Fun.
Yeah.
That mix where it's upbeat goth.
Yeah, and I think that's, to me, it sounds, I mean, he sounds a little like Dave Vanian, so it has a little bit of the Damned kind of feel to it. Maybe a little more metallic than the Damned.
Mm-hmm.
They had a couple of little crunchies, little Metallica crunchies in there. Ching, ching, ching. But other than that, yeah, just a flat out goth rock. They looked in the manual and they got it right.
Like, this is how you do it.
This is how you do it. So, I think it's time.
Oh, yeah.
Got to raise this mug up high, and I need you right now.
It's heavy, though.
It is.
It's
it
like
is
more
heavy,
work
man.
now
Put
when
some
we do
beer
this
in there.
song.
That thing is going to be really heavy. I need you to say skull.
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 Was it goal?
No,
goal.
not goal. Skull.
Like the dip?
The dip.
Skull.
Oh.
I thought, why are we saying chewing tobacco?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I hear you. No. Let's just say no. It's skull. SKOL. SK. Yeah, and the
With
O has an
umlauts.
umlaut.
Umlauts.
Yeah, skull.
So you have to go skull.
There you go. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Mark and Mindy.
That's 3. 3 mark. Oh, yes. It is time. Not only a goth band, but a Viking, a Swiss band, a Swiss duo. Not really a band, I guess. If it's I guess you still call it duo band.
Yes,
that would be bad for me to not call the White Stripes a band or Japan Droids or any of those other bands out there that are only 2 people.
They cheat though. That's cheating.
Local H.
Get you a damn bass player. Come on.
Group band. Anyway.
So many unemployed bass players out there.
Yeah. Bastards. A Swiss duo who started as a black metal band. They wouldn't have been played, but they have evolved into more of a goth rock and now sort of a dark wave. So it checks off the dark wave portion of the show tonight. And they describe themselves as cold and heartfelt northern melancholia. That's a goth band right there. That's a goth melancholia. That's a goth band.
Yes, that is.
And
it stays dark up there for like 12 months out of the year.
Very, very good English.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
From the Swiss band. Not you, from the Swiss band here. So this band is called Dharma. Dharma. 4 releases since 2013. And I'm going to play something from 2021. So fairly recent. Everything we've played has been really recent. So
it gives me
goth.
Hope that we haven't peaked.
No.
We haven't hit peak goth yet.
And all these, I mean, you've got an old goth band, you got new goth bands, you got bands sounding like old goth bands.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a good time to
be
a goth band
gothic.
right now.
Yeah, it is.
Good time for us to be playing.
To be undead.
Songs like this. Here's Illusions of Love.
What's my
reminded me of a band we played a while back, and I was trying to remember their name. It's Fields of Ephilim or Fieldum?
Fields of Nephilim.
Nephilim. That's something like that. That it kind of it really did remind me of that, which is a good thing. It was just a big sound, big songs, multiple vocals in there. I don't know how many people
almost electronic, but not enough that it sounds electronic, but it's
still got me because it's got a little bit of guitar in there.
You know who else it sounded like with the female melodic vocals and all the great harmonies? I'm going to try really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Anathema.
You did.
I did it?
Yay! It was the sugar.
Oh.
It's what you needed.
It reminds me a lot of them as well.
Yeah.
And we like that band.
We like that band also, yes.
So, check. The Arma. Nice Swiss duo. Swedish duo. Swiss duo?
Swish.
Swish. They're Swish.
Yeah, they're Swish.
Anyway, one of the Swiss countries.
There, yeah.
We'll go with that. All right. I have one last song. Gothtober.
Yeah.
Will continue. But the goth episode of Gothtober is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
Our very first goth episode was actually one that I recorded without you in Nashville.
Bastard.
Back in 2019.
How dare you?
Yep. We did the Graveyard Brawl,
that's right.
80s goth versus 90s Illinois, featuring The Swear. And Kent Oberle represented Illinois.
As part of The Swear at the time.
Yes. He comes and goes as he pleases.
He's got a
welcome
key.
him anytime.
He's got a key to the band house. Just walks
anytime
in,
he wants to jump behind
raids
that throne,
the fridge whenever he wants to.
We're good. Now, Miss Elizabeth Elkins, she represented goth. And so we pitted the two with song choices, and they talked about how they loved both of those types of music. And while The Swear were not considered a goth band, there was a lot of goth tendencies, I think, and themes, thanks to Elizabeth, because that's what she grew up loving was goth music, and she kind of brought that into the rock and punk stuff that we did in The Swear. And at the end of 2013, Jeremy Zamora, who's been on the program before, he left the band, and we got a new guitarist, Cooper Carter. Now, Jeremy was a principal songwriter in The Swear. So when he left, we started kind of resurrecting some of the songs that Elizabeth had presented to the band that when Jay-Z was in, didn't feel like The Swear, didn't feel like it quite fit at that point in time. But once Jeremy left, we were kind of trying to reestablish ourselves as where do we want to go from here? What do we want to be? And so we started recording some of Elizabeth's tunes that, again, hadn't passed the Jay-Z sniff test. And we recorded 5 singles and released them between 2013 and 2016. We recorded them ourselves in our rehearsal space, and then we would send them off to the great Keith Moore in the UK, and he would basically he'd take these recordings and he'd put them through his studio. He would play them through the amps. Like, he would put my bass through an awesome...
That's so cool.
Ampeg amp and kind of re-record it and mix it based on the stems that we sent him. It was really cool. He did a great job with a lot of those. Anyway, we released these things as singles, but most of these songs we never played live, including this little gothy ditty that we have called Love Moves On. So I'm going to play it here tonight. I don't think we've ever played this song live.
Ooh.
So
special.
And I don't know that you've ever heard this song because of that. We'll see.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there, so I probably haven't.
So here's The Swear, my band, with Love Moves On.
Inside these April strings, the break apart of so many things. Can you guess we disagree on your final words in the humidity? So say you want me one more time. Say you want me more than anything. Better to be found. Choirs singing, let's have another round until you're gone and love moves on. You'll miss the moon
So Elizabeth knows where I live, correct?
She does.
She's been here.
She's been here, yes.
So whatever I'm going to say next, she's probably going to track me down and kill me, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
It reminds me of a goth ABBA.
Goth ABBA.
Because
I think she would love that, actually.
It's meant as a compliment. It's not meant as a dig. I love it. I love that sound. The vocals are bigger than I've ever heard them. Your vocals with her, I've heard that live, but every time you play live, vocals get drowned out with everything else. It's hard to get a good sound vocally in a lot of smaller clubs. You know that. If you don't know the lyrics, it's hard to know what they're saying. But in this case, there was such a perfect mix there. And they had layered her vocals on the chorus where it sounded like that range of ABBA, but with a gothy, heavy feel to it, which is genius. I don't know why they haven't come back out with like a reimagined ABBA band that's gothy like that. I think you're onto something with that.
Well, we were in 2014 at least.
Yeah. I'm saying, but do that, like a whole album of that right there.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, that sound is very, not completely different for us, but it was definitely different for us.
Yeah.
And you're right. We were trying to bring up me more in the vocals so that we'd have more of the lower end with me and her with the
I liked it.
The higher register and blending those because we didn't do that much earlier in the band career.
And live it's raw. I mean, Elizabeth's going to rip your throat out and just, have it for an appetizer when she's singing on stage. But with this was I don't want to say softer, it was powerful, but it was just a better blended side of you guys that sounded really good.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you. And I don't know if you notice all the sound effects and almost kind of keyboard qualities to a lot of those sounds.
And that was the other part of the ABBA feel of this production quality, not just the vocals.
So all of those sounds, Cooper's an amazing guitar player and he's a master of all the guitar pedals and trickery that he can do. Everything was produced on the guitar. Everything you heard
David
was
Gilmour-ish sitting there playing with the knobs.
Yeah. Yeah, just crazy sounds that he could get. And a lot of times he would get them not even with a pedal. He just he would use his whammy bar cleverly and he just knew how to get all these sounds out of his guitar. Really, really great
Ladies like
guitarist.
that.
Ladies like when you know how to use your whammy bar.
Cleverly.
Clever usage of a whammy.
Exactly. That's why you get in a band.
Exactly. Well, that's what I have for us this week to begin Gothtober.
It's got me inspired.
It's so nice.
Go make something.
Yeah, leaves are dying. Everything's decaying.
Death is around the corner.
Oh, it's so nice. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
Well, we get to do it all again because we rise from the dead next week. Until then, see you later, people.